Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is Greg FPS and welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies video. What I got for you guys today is the top 10 Treyarch Zombies maps. So we're not going to be including Exo Zombies. I know Burger Town would have been number 1. I don't even remember the name of that map, to be honest with you. But that robot dude, man, freaking badass. But anyways, without further ado, today we're going to be counting down the top 10 Treyarch Zombies maps. I want you guys to comment down below your least favorite Zombies map or the one that you think is the worst down in the comment section, because I will be making another episode of the top 10 worst Zombies maps and using your comments, and then each and every week or maybe like twice a week, I'll just be making videos using your comments, whatever the category is. I think it'll be a pretty cool series, pretty fun to do. You guys get to input with me, I get to input with you, and we basically compile our minds together and make some pretty dope videos. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. Coming in at the number 10 spot is Shangri-La. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't want you guys to get triggered. This is my personal list. This might not be yours, and I completely understand that. So if I am wrong, sorry. Anyways, coming in at the number 10 spot is Shangri-La. Now, Shangri-La is honestly one of my absolute favorite maps, but I thought it would be number 10 just because of the community hatred for this map. Now, yes, this map is hard. Yes, this map has mud that makes you walk 1,000 times slower than a freaking turtle, but still, it has some very, very nice capabilities on this map. The Easter egg is one of the best Easter eggs. I would say like top 3 or 4 Easter eggs of all time in my opinion. Also, the map had my favorite wonder weapon of all time, the 3179 JGB 215, aka the baby gun. So it was a very, very good map as far as that goes, and Black Ops 1 just had some really, really great map design. In my personal opinion, I thought this map definitely had a good flow. Although it was tricky and there was a lot of tight corners and tight areas, it also made the map very, very fun. So that's why Shangri-La got the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot is one of the most nostalgic maps amongst most Call of Duty Zombies players, and that is Kino der Toten. Now, Kino is only number 9 just because I feel like the map was still stuck in World at War. It was originally supposed to be a World at War Zombies map, and the fact that it was actually made for Black Ops 1 eventually because they canceled DLC 4 in World at War, it kind of held this map back. Although it was a really cool map and it had a lot of great ideas, like the teleporter that you could teleport to Pack-a-Punch, which was up top in the projector room, which now we get to play on when we play Revelations and that sort of thing, the map still had the Thunder Gun, which was very innovative for the Zombies community. It was a really, really cool map, and there's a lot of great training memories and just running around on that map. It also introduced a great song, 115, one of the most iconic zombie songs ever made, but still I would say that this map ranks at number 9 just because it was kind of lackluster when it came to new and innovative things for zombies maps. Coming in at the number 8 spot, we have Ascension. Who the hell is this freaking bald man? Honestly, I still have no stinking idea at all. But anyways, guys, Ascension is one of the best maps in Zombies. It was part of the First Strike map pack for Black Ops. It was the first map pack, and it honestly was really cool. It introduced PhD, it introduced Stamina up, and also it was the first map to have kind of a quest Easter egg where you had to do different steps that were kind of complex, and it took a little while for the community to find out. So honestly, Ascension is one of the coolest maps. It had so many new innovative features. It had moonlanders, which we haven't seen since. We also had the ability to use the Thunder Gun, dive off the stairs, which was just everyone's favorite thing to do on that map. You could blow up the rocket when you shot it with a ray gun. It just had so many cool and unique features to be part of this map, and also the introduction of my absolute favorite part of the map, monkeys. They stole your perks. That was amazing. Let's be honest. That was by far the best part about this map. But honestly, guys, Ascension is a very, very good map and definitely deserving of the number 8 spot in this week's countdown. Coming in at the number 7 spot, guys, we have Shadows of Evil. Now, this was the introduction of the greatest looking Richtofen I have ever seen in my life. Now honestly, this map grew on me a lot. At first, I wasn't a huge fan of the map, but after playing Zetsubo no Shima, I had a much greater appreciation for this map. Honestly, I've done the Easter egg over 20 times at this point, and it was really fun to keep doing. I never got sick of this map, and still I go back to it from time to time to try to think of upgrades for the... Okay, yeah, never mind. There's no upgrade for the Apothicon servant on this map. Never mind. Forget I said that. But still, this map is great, and it was really fun to play, guys. Honestly, it's so unique as far as zombies maps go. The Easter egg is actually probably one of the more challenging ones in Black Ops 3, and I just have a good time playing it. I always enjoy myself, although the Margwas are kind of annoying and they're just, you know, crazy all the time. Still, it's a pretty fun map and definitely a great map to be on the disc for Black Ops 3. It's always fun going back and playing with noobs who completely suck all the time. Coming in at the number 6 spot, guys, is Derice / the Giant. This map introduced Pack-a-Punch, one of the best maps I would say ever for Call of Duty Zombies. This is the first map that introduced radios and a storyline where we heard Maxis and Samantha getting teleported and all this crazy stuff going on. And this is really where the zombies community started to develop. But this map was really the turning point for Call of Duty Zombies. So it was a great map and definitely enjoyable. Coming in at the number 5 spot, guys, we have Corrado V. This map is so amazing. You can fly on dragons, guys. Dragons! No one ever thought that we would progress from a small box map like Noct and then eventually be able to fly on dragons in a DLC map. This map was so cool because it took place in Stalingrad. There's a lot of historical stuff going on there. We also got to see a lot of different things from World War II. There's some really cool Easter eggs, like the bunker, for example, was actually a building that Soviets fought against the Nazis from and actually held down that building. That is something really cool about the map. This map had so many unique features. We also got the introduction of the Ray Gun Mark III, which was a dual wield ray gun, which was really cool. We also got a bunch of great weapons, not to mention the PPSH, one of my personal absolute favorite guns of all time, and it was just a great overall map and a great DLC map for Black Ops 3. It's still considered to be one of the best maps in Black Ops 3, if not the best, but personally, I think this map comes in at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is Eisendrache. Eisendrache is one of the best maps in Call of Duty Zombies of all time because it introduced so many new things, but the main thing that it introduced that the fans absolutely loved was the elemental bows. The elemental bows were so cool. There was so many different abilities, and it also allowed the player to go for a very long time and go for high rounds, and it made it so enjoyable. This map introduced so many new things. We got to kill Dempsey 1.0. This was so cool. We got to blow up the moon. People, we got to blow up the moon. That was one of the coolest things that we had ever seen in Call of Duty Zombies, and that's why I think Eisendrache deserves the number 4 spot in the top 10 Call of Duty Zombies maps of all time. Now, this next one is going to trigger a lot of you, and you might not agree with me, but number 3 is Revelations. Revelations is the 4th DLC for Black Ops 3. Now, although a lot of people don't like the ending, and although this map was not the greatest when it came to having a lot of glitches, it still is considered to be one of the coolest maps in my personal opinion and the opinion of a lot of other people. It includes so many unique maps and parts of maps into one map, which was really cool. We got the introduction of the Keeper Protector. We got a lot of great weapons. We got the Thunder Gun back, which is a weapon that we hadn't seen since Ascension. We got some really cool things on this map, and honestly, it was very enjoyable for my personal opinion. I thought this map included so many awesome features, and it kind of sucks that the community did not respond well to this map when it came to the Easter egg. It was one of the hardest ones to solve. It took 9 days to solve the Easter egg, and a lot of the steps are kind of just out there, like the bone step. Like, why the hell would you shoot this random rock and a bone would appear? It just doesn't make sense to me. So there is kind of still mixed feelings with this map. We don't know if there's going to be a super Easter egg with a different ending yet, but as for right now, Revelations is considered to be still one of the best zombies maps in the community. Coming in at the number 2 spot is Origins. Origins was the introduction of this brand new storyline that we finished in Revelations. Origins introduced these staffs, the best wonder weapons in my opinion ever to be featured in Call of Duty Zombies. They were so cool to upgrade, the map was huge, it was the introduction of a brand new storyline that was so cool to see the characters have a different perspective. We no longer had the drunk Nikolai, we had the badass Nikolai. We had all the characters being very much badasses, and it was so cool to see the introduction. We had Takia with the katana, we had Dempsey with the MG08, we had Richtofen with the sword cutting open Maxus's stinking head. It was really a saw, but still just a great map overall. It had so many cool things. We got the introduction of the Wonder Fizz, which had every perk that we had seen in Call of Duty Zombies, which is really cool. We got a bunch of new weapons as well. The Ray Gun Mark II is one of the most memorable weapons on that map for me, although it was introduced previously and buried. It was just a great map overall and still considered to be one of the best Zombies maps of all time. Now we have some honorable mentions, guys. These are maps that could have fit on this list anywhere, but I decided to keep them as honorable mentions because they weren't quite good enough as all the other maps. The first one is Moon. Now, Moon was really cool, and it was kind of pivotal for the Black Ops 2 storyline because we actually destroyed Earth and turned the Earth into what was playable in Transit. Although Transit was the worst map, the events leading up to it in Moon were actually pretty cool. There was the introduction of a lot of different things, like having no gravity. That was really interesting for this map. The sound was all weird when you were wearing the mask, which was also interesting. Some of the guns were pretty cool. I personally really did enjoy the Wonder Weapon and all that stuff, guys. Moon was a really cool map, and I feel like a lot of people didn't really enjoy it too much, but some people, it's their favorite map. I think this map is decent, but still it deserved the honorable mention spot. Coming in the next honorable mention spot is Nacht der Untoten. This is the first Zombies map of all time. A lot of people really enjoy this map, but I just don't think it lives up to the standards of today's Zombies. Today's Zombies is so high tech, there's so many new features, all the maps are really engageable and have replayability. I just don't feel the same for Nacht. It was just a simple box map where you could get mystery box and hope to get the ray gun or like a really good LMG like the MG42 or something like that, and that is pretty much all this map had to offer. And the last and final honorable mention is Buried. This map had so many great unique features. We got the introduction of the Ray Gun Mark II on this map, and it also had one of the coolest wonder weapons of all time as well. You could shoot it at the ground and go flying upward and go over like barricades. We also had the maze and all that sort of thing. So Buried was also a great map. And we also had Leroy Jenkins, which I don't know if that's his real name, but a lot of people like to call him that anyways and think they're cool doing it. So guys, this has led up to the number 1 spot. This is my personal favorite map, and this is where I decided to take the freedom and the ability to name this map number 1, and that is Mob of the Dead. This map was perfect. When you look at all the things that this map introduced, we had a freaking tomahawk that you could throw at zombies called the Hell's Retriever, and you could even upgrade it to the Hell's Redeemer. It also had the Blundergat, one of the best wonder weapons ever in Call of Duty Zombies. We had the even Acid Gat, which was really cool, and you could get the Golden Spork, which is a one-hit knife to around 32. The Easter egg for this map was so cool. You got the historical references of Alcatraz Island. It was just absolutely amazing, guys. Mob of the Dead has one of the coolest storylines. It's also where the characters got the blood from, where we still don't know too much information about this. We know that Richtofen went with the crew after Zetsubo no Shima Easter egg, but still it is just a great map for the zombie storyline, and I just felt like it had to be number 1 in this countdown, guys. It's my personal favorite. Flying the plane, crashing into the Golden Gate Bridge every single time, guys, it gives me the feels. I just love that about this map so much, and it just made it so enjoyable. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was a lot longer than videos that I normally make, but I just feel like I needed to make this video and give you guys my personal opinions on the top 10 zombies maps of all time. Thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is Greg FPS, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.